It's time to close the chapter on this, my portable generator, the Sportsman Gen1000i. The I is for inverter, 1000 watts, 800 running. It worked for 7 years. Over that time, mostly just maintenance, it only has 51 hours on it. It was bliss just knowing I had a backup, but then I started receiving comments from people that had the same generator, had overloaded it, and had the overload ruin the generator. It has overload protection. I've tripped it before, but when I really overloaded it, this should overload it. Yup. Oh. So, an update. Last time I left you, there was resistance on the pull. The piston's still moving up and down, so the engine is good, but there's some weird resistance. And it will not crank. So I contacted Sportsman, and I was told, and this is where I left you last, that it needed new brushes. Now, aside from me overlooking the obvious that this is an inverter generator, so it should be brushless, after sharing that with you and having pushback, I contacted Sportsman again. I got a different person, and that person immediately said, no, this is brushless, you were told wrong. And then they went on to say that based on the description I gave them, they knew exactly what had happened, and from my side of the conversation, I got the gist that it's happened quite a few times. They said that in the case of an extreme overload on this generator, that there can be a fault that removes the magnet from the stator, so it basically comes unglued, and that's the resistance I'm feeling. And they went on to say that it compounds on top of that, because not only is the stator going to fault, but it's also going to take out the inverter module. I said, isn't this what overload protection is supposed to guard against? And they said, normally. From there, we talked repair costs, and they didn't paint a pretty picture, because the stator alone's around $50, the inverter module, $115. Shipping and everything, that's $237. I don't think I paid that for this entire generator, and even now, 7 to 8 years later, I can get a new one of these from Tractor Supply, the first place I looked, $220. Why would I spend $237 to put all this in myself and take all this apart? And I don't know if you've looked at taking these apart. It's not easy. Well, technically, the getting it apart is not hard. It's getting everything back together, because this outer shell is basically the support structure for all this other stuff you see, including the gas tank. And I watched a video where a guy took this completely apart and tried to put it back together. If I can find it, I'll link it in the description. He didn't seem happy, and I have zero motivation to follow in his footsteps. And that's where I'm at with this, the follow-up to let you know what actually happened, and to also let you know I'm not going to waste my time with disassembling this, ordering parts, putting it all back together, and then being out more money than if I just bought a brand new one. I'm thinking at this point, the little value that it has left is probably worth more still together, maybe spare parts for someone. So I'm just going to sell it as is, 4 parts, and move on. I can't see me buying another one of these. Now seeing what else is out there, I can get 2,000 plus watt generators that aren't much bigger. They're getting smaller, even the budget ones, and I think most of them aren't going to have the problem of this, that the overload protection actually kills the generator. So as much as I've enjoyed this, I'm leaving it disappointed. But that's the story. I thought I would share it. Comment below if you followed this generator from Kev Central to here over the years, and let me know, do you own one? Are you one of the people that commented, said you've had this same problem? Hey, wait a minute. I can blame those people for this thing failing. I would have never overloaded it that much. I'm kidding. I'm glad they told me, because now we all know. Comment below. Let me know what you have to say, and thanks for watching.